Brothers and sisters in the fintech space, today I have a very special guest for us. I have our head of marketing. She's got some Italian descent. She's got super ninja skills in her pinky tips. Lisbeth Garassino, how are you? Talk to us, please.
Good afternoon, Jeff. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me on this fabulous show. It's definitely one of my favorites. You're just a fabulous host, and it's such great thought leadership. You must have a very solid marketing team behind you.
I do. I'm so glad that you pointed that out because I'm just the guy with the face, right? All of this wonderful content and stuff comes from your team, from your direction. Amazing stuff. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
So as I was preparing for our time today, I have to do a little bit of research on all of my guests, right? And so I look at you from a social media perspective. I look at you from a hobby perspective. And I've heard stories where you can talk about New Year's resolutions and saving dogs and apartment shopping and food tips. But really, let's talk about what does the day-to-day look like for you and TurnKey Lender?
Yes, I would be happy to answer that, Jeff. So I would say that my day-to-day as head of marketing here at TurnKey Lender is always a little bit different, but I manage our global marketing team. So that means that even though I sit in the United States, I manage our team throughout Europe and the US, and then report to a manager in Singapore. So what that means is when I start my day, usually half of our team has already an entire day. And so my inbox and my Slack channels are very busy with what I need to review and provide direction and feedback on and that sort of thing. And then sometimes on occasion I have later evening meetings with Singapore. So I would say it depends on the day, but that's kind of high level, setting the priorities and getting to what the team needs to review. And we have a fabulous marketing team. It's a joy to work with everybody. And then we also are, very solid in our strategy and execution. So we have early Monday AM meetings to sync up, and we work in a little bit of a sprint-like fashion and make sure that we are all aligned and, we're all communicating with what the priorities for each team member are for the week, and just we have everything that we need to be successful. We then do a debrief on Friday to our executive leadership and our sales team that we support, so everyone knows the content and what we produced for the week. And so and then meetings with our partners and all sorts of people. I work very closely with our fabulous product team. So that's a kind of a high level overview. And yes, I'm very lucky to work with such a talented group of people all over the world.
Fantastic. When I started with TurnKey Lender several years ago, we were an operation that was going, but we didn't have a loud bullhorn. We didn't have a great marketing presence. To your point, we are a global company, so we have resources around the world. Tell us how you've amassed this team that has brought us enterprise-sized clients in little to no time at all. Tell us how you were able to bring this team together, this talent.
Sure. So I've been at TurnKey for about 15 months now, and it's a very different team than when I first began. And I would say that the team is always the most important. So you need to have synergy and be functioning as one cohesive organism and all be supporting each other. And so to begin, when I first came on board, I kind of looked at the team structure and saw what we needed to bring on. So I brought on our fabulous analytics, Matt, who I had worked with before, and I brought him onto the team. I knew that if you don't have data and reporting, you can't be successful in marketing or a company. So we needed someone with very highly analytical and data skills. So I brought him on board. I knew that I needed a marketing coordinator to support the team. So we have Miss Annie, who we brought on, who is fabulous and handles our social and influencer program. And then I was lucky that we already had some fabulous team members over in Eastern Europe that we work with. So we have Anna, who's really just flourished and developed her skill set and handles all of our paid advertisements and our awards and all sorts of things. She's taking a course right now in digital marketing. We have Eugene, who's our technical content writer, who is another fabulous individual. And then we have our videographer, Yaroslav, and our designer, Roman. And then we also have a writer up in Maine, Tom, who is fabulous. So there are 7 of us total.
It's fantastic. When I talk to our large enterprise clients and opportunities that come to us, they say we're everywhere, right? I mean, everywhere. And that's due to you and your team and your leadership and your thought leadership perspective on making us everywhere. Thank you.
Yes,
So,
that's the goal.
so where did this, yes, indeed. Where did this talent come from? Where did this passion come from, Liz? How did you get, first of all, how did you get from New York to Austin, Texas?
Yes, I am a New Yorker at heart. Once a New Yorker, always a New Yorker, for sure. There's nowhere like New York City. So yeah, I started out my career after I was an English major for my undergrad, and then I was a Fulbright scholar and worked for our State Department. I taught overseas a journalism course and wrote for a newspaper and worked at a television station, so I come with a very heavy writing background. And then the last 16 years I've been in marketing, so started in educational publishing for Scholastic for 5 years in New York City, transitioned over to education technology for News Corp. I was recruited out to Silicon Valley for a position at eBay. That was pretty cool. Then I was out there, did some other projects and work. I was also head of marketing for a fabulous fintech in the Miami area. Jamie Rosenberg is a very amazing entrepreneur. He got me into meditation and all sorts of things. And so I've had these great leaders who really shaped me and my career direction along the way. And then I've done consulting work and worked with a wide variety of different industries and talented growth hackers. So I just have, very solid connections that I can tap into for whatever we need. And now I found myself here leading our global marketing team.
Fantastic. What is your biggest kind of aha moment, or what do you most enjoy about TurnKey Lender and your job today?
Yeah. So I would say I enjoy that we are in 50 countries and we have 6 offices throughout the world, and that we're a truly global team. So it's exciting to me that, I put out a press release this morning on The Wire that's about one of our business partners here in the United States. Next week, we're putting one out about some of our Canadian partnerships. We have some news going out later in the week about some of our partners in the Middle East. We're really growing in that region of the world. And I enjoy actually, working with our Singapore office and my manager there. So I would say the global nature of our team is what I enjoy the most. I think we were kind of doing remote-based innovative work even before the pandemic. And so that's just something that I enjoy about working here.
That's fantastic. Well, what I always enjoy is that if I need marketing content, if I need marketing support, if I need a marketing PowerPoint, yourself or one of your teammates is like this. I mean, it's night and day. So thank you so much for that support and that energy and that effort. Are there any exciting new marketing plans for TurnKey Lender in 2021? Anything you let the cat out of the bag so we know what direction we're going?
Yes, of course. So we are really looking to continue to innovate in the digital lending space. We think we're really driving forward the industry with our AI and our very innovative technology. So to that effect, we just have a lot of really solid initiatives to support our growth and to become even more everywhere. We are doing a lot with our partners. So we just have a new partner in the Middle East that we'll be putting out some news about. We have, our partnership with Alchemy. They have 10 million users in their banks and credit unions. We're really excited to get exposure to all of their clients. We have some exciting new partnerships with Canada. We have a great digital lending webinar coming up next month. We have really exciting partnerships that with Airslate and Repay, and we're doing all sorts of cool projects. And We are also working with a growth engineering team. So it's kind of interesting how each team and company approaches growth, but we're taking a really structured approach and looking at it kind of more at a product level. And so how you scale a product, how do you scale a company? And so really the data, and then working in sprints and working very closely with this growth engineering team to see how we can effectively scale. So those are just a few things, but we have, yes, many new exciting initiatives up our sleeve. So get ready, Jeff.
I will. I was thinking there's 24 hours in the day, and what you just shared with us doesn't leave much time for sleep in those 24 hours. What time do you go to bed, and what time do you wake up every day?
Yes, I am a bit more of a night person and not so much a morning lady, but the benefit is that we have a team that's working 24/7. So it really benefits us that we have our talented team over in Eastern Europe that's working, and then our team in the US and our team in Asia. So someone's always hard at work promoting our company. So yeah, that's how we get it all done.
Fantastic. And are you a coffee person or are you a tea person?
Jeff, I am a coffee person. I'm next to Texas Coffee Traders, and I drink a lot of coffee.
Very good. So do I. My daughter the other morning came into the room, is a sophomore in high school, and she said, more espresso equals less depresso. And I was like, no, you can't start having that much coffee. No, kid, come on.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm also vegan and plant-based and, a meditator and a yogi, so I try to do balance.
Fantastic. So, one thing I always like to highlight from our thought leaders like yourself is what advice would you give for anybody that was wanting to lead a marketing team or get into journalism? What advice would you share with our audience today?
Sure. So I would say that one, to really figure out what aspect of journalism or marketing most interests you. So there's so much, and so really pinpointing, are you interested heavily on product or content writing or social or paid? I think because the more that you know what to ask, the easier it will be to find help. And so that's one thing. So first to pinpoint it, and then to go into your niche and to really, find the resources. So, I mean, I'm very grateful that I've had a lot of mentors who've really helped shape my career and my life. I think that there's so much in terms of, even now everything's digital. So if you're interested in breaking into the Austin tech scene, Austin InnoBeat sends out daily newsletters with capital raise and everything that's going on in Austin and all of the virtual events. The Austin Chamber sends out similar, and the Product Marketing Alliance has a Slack with over 15,000 members of people posting jobs and, asking for advice and that sort of thing. I think it's good to have mentors that you look up to in the industry, and then also mentors that you can have virtual coffees with and that sort of thing. So yeah, that would be just top of mind what I suggest.
Fantastic. Would you like to leave our audience with anything today before we go?
Oh, yes. Well, we also did not chat about the fact that I'm very involved in cancer research advocacy and other things like this. So I think it's really important to see what inspires you outside of your work as well. My family has a foundation in Connecticut that helps people with cancer, and I'm a cancer research advocate for a group out of Boston, and do some work with the refugees here in town. So I think that how you can find ways to inspire yourself is really important. You need to have solid leadership to inspire you as well. But I think always, how can you develop as a whole person and inspire yourself is always helpful to remember as well.
Fantastic. Well, Liz, it's an honor and a privilege to work with you. It's an honor and privilege to have you on the show. I look forward to each and every press release that you do, new strategies that you bring up, new content, new guests. It's always amazing. Next time we can have your dog on the show too. We got to see your puppy. That's awesome.
Sorry, that's my rescue animal from Miami. But yes, Jeff, it is a pleasure to work with you. And just another shout out to our fabulous marketing team. I'm just very blessed and lucky to work with such a talented group of individuals all over the world.
Fantastic. Well, thank you guys very much for your time today. If you have any questions of me, if you have any questions about our content, now you know where it came from. Feel free to reach out to TurnKey Lender. We're happy to be here to serve, to help, and bring digital transformation to your organization. Thank you very much. Be well. Thank you.
Thank you.